Pack your bags. We're going on a trip. My gosh, aren't you excited? I know you've been wanting to go on a trip for a really long time. I got you. Why are you packing all that? Okay, like we don't have to take all that, but you might need your like cello, or maybe just a clear head. Okay, come on, have some fun. Live a little, for crying out loud. Come on, we can do this. All right. So you've been wanting to go somewhere, and I'm gonna take you out in left field. You ready to go? You ready to go? Let's go. Actually, I might need to sit down for this one. So, this solar eclipse has me thinking a lot about, well, and by the way, we're not there yet. I just want to let you know. Almost. Has me thinking a lot about the sun and the sun signs and the rising and blah, 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 blah. I'm going to explain this to you in a way I promised you've never heard before. But if you've got your bags packed and are ready to go out in left field, you're going to get it. Like, so just wait. Hang in there with me. All right, the sun. Everybody says, oh, the sun isn't as important as your rising sign. And I don't agree, and here's why. You ever hear somebody say, oh, sun, moon, this is for sun, moon, and rising, Gemini, sun, moon, and rising. But then they say, this is going into your blah, blah, blah house of career. And you're like, wait a second, that's not my house of career. No. Well, that's because they're talking typically about your rising sign. I'm not saying don't listen for the sun sign. I'm saying listen for both. But really, if you want to get predictive with it, it is the rising sign. But that does not cancel out the sun sign. Oh, no. Oh, no. Sun is so important. And we, a lot of times, tend to... It's elevator music, right? Everybody's like, oh, that's my sun sign. They don't know the rest. But then those of us that know the rest, we get a little snobby with it. I mean, like, let's get real. We do. So, I want you to think about your sun sign as the stage. This is the stage and the lights. This is the show. The sun represents your core, like, energy, like your core self, your identity. What, like, really is you? That's pretty freaking important. I don't know why we seem to think that's not important anymore. I don't know. Whatever. But the rising sign, it's the conductor, okay? It is the conductor. It sets the stage it sets the tone for the entire way that the world perceives you as the sun. Because that's the stage, right? You're the show. Leo, I know you love that. Just kidding. I think everybody loves that. Maybe. Cancer, you love it. It's uncomfortable a little bit, but you love it. Anywho, the rising sign is the conductor, and it sets the stage for how the world perceives you, but also how you perceive and work through and travel through the world, okay? So if it's the conductor, and this is one big, huge musical shindig, I don't know, I don't want to say symphony because I might get some instruments wrong. I might get them some right. That would be scary too. I don't know all the musical stuff, okay? I know what I'm talking about though, so just bear with me. All right, so that's where your rising sign is. Your rising sign is super important. I've said before, I don't agree with the whole the whole mask thing. I don't like that because I don't think it's a mask. I think it is a presentation. So it takes the sun, which you know is to be you, your core identity, your ego, your everything about you, and it projects it out there. So maybe you act like an Aries, but you don't feel like an Aries, you feel like a Gemini. That would make sense. That's me. So I get you. That's why. So here's where the planets and everything like really come into play. This is kind of cool. All right. So the planets are your musicians, right? You have Mars on the drum. Action. Sorry, I had to. Sorry. You have Venus on the violin. That's beautiful, honestly. I love a violin. Come on now, who doesn't love a good violin? Especially if it's like Seven Nation Army or something on the violin. Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, when it's not a violin-y song, and that's how Venus is too. It's beautiful in whatever it is in its own way, and you got to look for it. But let's keep going. So yes, so Venus is love and just like all the, oh, beautifulness with that beautiful violin. The houses are the sections within the, let's just say, orchestra. I don't know, because like I could be completely musically incorrect right here, but the sections. So for instance, you may have a violin Venus in your first house, and that would be center. That would be center stage, right? Because that's the self. That's really self. And then you may have Mars in the section called the seventh house, and that is your family, or not family, your relationships, your partnerships, legal contracts, which really just means like, come on, let's get so for real. It kind of just means like marriage, legal contracts to me, and everything that has to do with that, but that's just me. I mean, it could mean partnerships with business and those kind of legal contracts too, but I don't think it means like all legal contracts. But I could be wrong. I'm not wrong, but it's a lot of legal contracts. A lot of legal contracts when you get married or you have a partnership with a business. I'm just saying. So this whole like sun versus rising sign thing, it's like having a hand and saying, well, the hand's more important than the fingers. Really? What you gonna do with your hand with no fingers? What you gonna do with your fingers with no hand? Like, where are they gonna be? Where are they attached to? You see? You gotta have it all. I mean, you don't have to have it all, but you have it all. And to really understand it is knowing how this whole beautiful symphony of your life and your persona and your experiences and how you're experienced play out for you. Your chart may have some aspect patterns that say, hey, why y'all ignoring the cello over there? Cello, hello. Violin's getting all the attention, need the cello. Can I get some cowbell? It might really say that. I'm just kidding, but it probably sounds like that sometimes. Like, you're like, what? I don't want to work with the cowbell on this, but never know. You got to read it. But when you do, when you put it all together, your orchestra, it's a masterpiece. So, yeah. So the sun, solar eclipse, this is self. This is big. This is big crap on campus. Just saying. Aren't you glad you didn't pack heavy?